Coming to you from the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill, it is the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. I'm Dan Carroll, and I don't have a beer in my hand right now because I was told when I got this bucket of beer that it may not be. I guess it had just come in and it was not cold yet, so I'm letting it sit in the ice as long as possible before I open one because I've been outside in the sun all day and I want a cold beer. And I'm hoping that this beer is sufficiently cold. So I don't know. So Rob Herking, maybe I'll let you talk a little bit, and then I'll open a cold beer.
Here, I'll trade you.
Here we go, trade.
With the length of that intro,
Very
I think
nice.
the beer is cold, Dan. Jason, how are you, buddy?
How long does it take?
It actually is cold.
So to ice down
Here we are.
a warm beer.
What's
the consensus?
How the fuck is it warm? They keep it in a cooler here.
I know, but it had just got into the cooler. So
From
it hadn't
when?
had time to
Today's
sufficiently
Tuesday.
cool.
It was delivery day.
Well, I'm sure they didn't.
That feels cold to me.
It wasn't in a pickup truck driven from Home Depot with oranges in the back. I'm sure it was a refrigerated truck. It was fine.
with Terry from Reno 911.
Yeah.
I was selling oranges.
I think
What are you doing, Terry?
I think it was
You're
fine.
giving HJs. I'm selling oranges.
I think you're a little pretentious, but nonetheless, I think it was cold enough, Dan. And that ice will chill it up in a can quicker than actually putting it in a cooler. Direct contact.
Yes.
No, I agree. There's no better way to chill a beer than put it on ice.
Yes.
Total agreement with that.
So everybody's been introduced. First podcast back. We had a little difficulty last night. Somebody got called in to do a program in regards to a hurricane that never happened in Anaheim. Why in the fuck did they delay the Reds game in Anaheim, Northern California, when that hurricane or tropical storm hadn't even hit San Diego?
It got downgraded. They're not in San Diego. They're in Anaheim.
That's what I said. They're way north of San Diego. They're in the top part of the state. There is no fucking rain up there.
Well, then the Los Angeles area got hammered.
They're in Anaheim.
Anaheim is
Oakland,
essentially
Sacramento, San Fran. It's
no. Anaheim's essentially a suburb of Los Angeles.
Is it?
Yes.
Fucking geography lesson up in this bitch.
I've been there.
Well,
San Francisco. That's farther north.
well, I'm thinking the Oakland A's. God damn it.
God.
Well,
damn it.
Oakland and San Francisco are right across the bay. From
Yeah,
each
no
other.
shit. I forgot they moved to Anaheim.
That's funny though.
And now I'm looking
No,
this shit up.
Anaheim has been there for a long, long time. I used to their stadium used to have a big A for the Angels out there, and I saw a ball game there once, way back in the day.
How was it?
It was a shithole.
Shithole.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I've heard from everybody that went there.
Yeah, that stadium and the old Oakland A's stadium, the Alameda Coliseum, which I think they're still playing there.
Oakland is kind of like Dayton, Ohio. It is just a shithole.
Yeah.
The only reason you go there is to turn around and go someplace else because you went too
Sorry,
far.
Californians. That are
Yeah,
listening.
Oakland is a shithole. That is a fact.
Oh, God, yeah. I went there. Shit.
It's like Hamilton, only bigger.
Hamiltucky or Hamilbama.
And Hamilton has a lot of crime. Oakland has an assload more crime.
You know, I know we're completely just fucking shooting from the hip, but another shithole stadium is the Tampa Bay Rays. That dome is the biggest piece of shit.
Where is that in Tampa?
It's right off the bay.
I've driven by it many times. Never been in there.
I went. I got to see Derek Jeter play the last year that he played, which was cool. But just so happened to grab a Rays game. Never watched baseball in a dome. Fucking weird. That's weird for one. But two, that place was the biggest shithole. I was waiting to step on needles. Maybe, if I found a doob, maybe. But
God, you would put that in your mouth?
I don't know.
I don't think they get
I
a
was
lot. I
drunk
don't
when
think
I
they
got
get
there.
a lot of fan support. I know the Reds have played there,
There wasn't a ton when I went.
and the attendance today is 1,200 people.
We'd like to welcome all 1,200 of you.
The owner comes out and shakes everyone's hand individually.
It's like that first major league movie at the beginning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these guys?
Welcome, sports fans. Pack Stadium. What is it total? What was the guy's name?
Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker.
No. His sidekick. It was Marty or something.
Oh, I think it might have been Marty, actually.
Yeah, we got 112 in attendance today. That's great. Tribe's packing them in here today.
Bob, you can't say that.
So
Who gives a fuck? Nobody's listening.
yeah. So this is the first day back after the Hock of Ages Wood Hawk that we uploaded Sadly, I can't remember what day I uploaded. Was that yesterday? I think I was still kind of.
You uploaded it yesterday.
I was reeling a little bit on Sunday, so it took a little bit to upload it.
Yeah.
Hock of Ages was a good time. It was a beautiful fucking day. Beautiful. You couldn't
perfect.
beat the weather. 83, 84 degrees, sunny. And we had a great time, great bands, great interview with Scotty Ryan, Glenn Hawk, the creator of Hock of Ages, even though he paid a little tribute to Dennis Quill. A little DQ.
the co-founder, as he put it.
The co-founder. Yeah.
If anybody makes it next summer to Cincinnati and wants to hang out with us around the Hock of Ages time, you guys would have a blast.
And we learned something new from our friend Dave that there is, I can't remember the name of the place, but I can find out. You can rent an RV and it's $650 for Friday through Sunday. They come down and set the damn thing up for you. That's it, flat out of pocket. Yeah. And it was nice. It was a nice RV.
Very nice RV.
For $650, you get about 6 guys in there.
Did you go inside?
Yeah.
Air conditioning?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's the way I'm rolling next week or next year.
Next year?
God, yeah. I'm trying to find a reason to go someplace this weekend with one of those things. I mean, hell.
So all you got to do is show up, and the RV it's set up, hooked into
I was there
power and the sewer. And
Friday
all that
morning.
shit.
I was coming back from court about 10 o'clock, and I was talking to Dave, just seeing where the setup was, the stage, making sure it was like it was the year prior. And he's like, "Oh, there's my camper." And this truck pulls in, backs it up in a spot Dave wants, hooks everything up, and all right, have a good weekend. And then they come back Sunday morning and pick it all up.
Do they have sewer hookups back there, or
no? No, I think they flush the tank, but I mean, it's 3 days. Just don't eat burritos and shit. Should be all right. Be careful.
Those tanks will hold a lot of shit. But yeah, they don't. I mean, they don't pipe water in or
okay.
sewer. Now, if you do have those set up somewhere where they do have the hookups, they'll hook everything up.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's not a bad. I mean, $650. It's not a bad deal. You split it. Split it a bunch of ways.
I think it had like 4 beds, 5 beds. I mean, and a couch that folds out. It was great. I wasn't a last known president. I wasn't talking about 6 guys. I was just saying that in generalities because certain people watch this. I'm thinking me and about 20 women, but that's me. You know how the red cup rolls.
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
There's another reference to the last known president. But it was a good time. Glenn had a hell of a show set up. No issues. No issues whatsoever.
And for that many drunk people all day, I was actually shocked that there weren't.
It was the only issue I had was that blue bowl of fucking peanuts and pretzels before we went on. And I'm going to talk to Kim about that on Thursday when I go down there. Gave a PSA. That thing burned the shit out of my mouth.
When I walked in, I tossed a bunch of koozies out on the bar, and that was not a current listener, but is now I believe a subscriber and listener now. She was like, here's the bowl he was talking about. Hey, do you want to try it? I'm like, fuck no. After the review he gave it, no, I don't want to.
No, I mean, I went back after we got off stage because I knew what was in there now, so I was expecting it. But when you're not expecting it and you throw that in your mouth, it's kind of like licking that 9-volt battery for the first time and you don't know what's going to happen, and it shocks the shit out of you. Now you know, and you kind of anticipate it. That's what happened the second time.
What, do you have some at home for home use now?
No, but it's called Hot as Fuck Trail Mix.
Colon cleanse trail.
Yes.
It'll keep you right on the trail.
God, that was some brutal stuff.
That's what it says right on the bag. Hot as fuck trail mix.
That's what she said on top of the lid. Her and Courtney told me it was that's what's on top after I came back in and tried it again.
That's probably what it should say.
I mean, there's nothing worse than running your tongue underneath the sink water 2 minutes before you're going up on stage.
Ew. Sink
I
water.
didn't touch the fucking. I didn't touch the tap.
Ugh.
I was down about an inch.
That might be worse than the doob on the floor at the fucking stadium, potentially.
Yeah. I was put it this way. It didn't bypass my mind that I'm an inch away from licking something I really don't want to.
I do hate that though. When you do grab like a handful of chips or whatever, you don't realize what it is. You fire it in and you're like, oh fuck, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And nobody warned. I mean, at least with a Carolina Reaper challenge or something, you know you're gonna get lit up. That thing lit me up. I mean, it's like being born as an adult, not knowing what an August day in Cincinnati is.
Well, good. You had a hot snack.
That was very hot.
I don't think this is blasphemous, considering we're Sons of the American Legion members of Post 318, but 744 did a great job all the guys that belong there that were helping set up, tear down, helping the bands. Everybody did a great job of just kind of keeping the day moving. So that was good. That was a fun day.
I refer to it as woodcock or woodhawk. Sorry.
Well, they did call it Woodhawk at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, I started calling that. I think I was the one, but Glenn prefers Hock of Ages. I like Woodhawk because it's a music festival outside.
Well, it's a play on Woodstock.
No shit.
We also had Delzati sausage.
And then you've got Hock of Ages, which is a play on Rock of Ages.
Hot Delzati sausage.
Hot. Where's our buddy Jeff Hellman?
And
we don't need that right now.
Hot Delzati sausage.
Are we getting Kenny Tarmac with Mr. Obvious here today?
But Franco was there. Franco was a guest. If you haven't listened to our audio versions, buddy of ours, but a guy that I worked with, and we had him on the podcast. Got a family recipe straight off the boat. The best Italian sausage you'll ever have. So he brought his food truck down. So I worked that with him and drank a bunch of bourbon. And
you worked that all the time.
Franco's awesome.
You both work there all the time.
Yes.
I think you just like playing with Franco's meat.
I enjoy drinking, conversating, and hanging out with my buddy.
Right. Well, I know you.
And he needed help, so it worked out.
Sounds great.
And there's a skill to cooking those rolls. Does he use the rolls in the truck?
He uses links.
He uses links in the truck.
Okay.
So Dan hasn't picked up that. He hasn't picked up that skill because I see Dan picking up trash and
I
shit
can flip rolls.
Uh-huh.
I can flip the rolls of sausage.
Speaking of rolls, Keith, I'm going to go a little bit out of order on mine. Do you have that one thing posted up in regards to what was it? The Yodo with a little bit of Queen.
The what?
Oh, no, you don't.
No, you didn't give that to me.
My bad.
It's a way to go out of turn. You got to give me the information.
How can you not know if you sent him something or not?
Well, because I thought we were podcasting yesterday, Dan.
Well, I had a late call to the bullpen. I had to go in and be the late reliever.
It's all good.
So, legendary rock band Queen's 1978 classic "Fat Bottom Girls." Apparently, there's a new audio platform, Yodo.
Yeah.
YOTO, that all the kids are using and younger listeners. And when they're premiering their greatest hits for Yodo this year, they have deemed Fat Bottom Girls as cancel culture's latest victim after the song was dropped from the band's new greatest hits collection to be able to get on that platform to introduce Queen to a younger generation. I find that entertaining. We should embrace all physical characteristics of all people, to be honest. And we definitely. I guess I got to talk through this a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Smidge.
We're going to get canceled anyway.
Latest victim of cancel culture is one more and I'm out of here. Because we're okay with Fat Bottom Girls.
So you're telling me the surviving members of Queen decided on their own to remove this song from their greatest hits in order to appease this crowd? Is that?
That is exactly it, Dan. It is.
That's
appalling.
very disappointing.
It is appalling. I mean, that is a classic. Kind of like who sings that song? "Stroke Me, Stroke Me."
Billy Squier.
Billy Squier.
Yes.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that song.
"Stroke Me, Stroke Me" is a rapist song that's on Yodo.
What is Yodo?
I don't know.
You brought it up the other day. I had never.
Is that
heard,
a music service?
It's
is
a new platform for
like
kids.
a YouTube, or is it?
I have no idea. I just saw it and I'm like, God bless. Another platform. So that'll be gone here soon. But Fat Bottom Girls will not go with it.
Well, Queen should have said, "Fuck you. We don't need your service."
So is that's another platform? It's another streaming.
Yeah,
platform?
I think it's another platform for younger people.
Is it YOTA?
YOTO.
YOTO.
Yeah.
Yoto. Okay.
So David J., when you go to Mississippi next, you're gonna have to get Yodo for the next wedding, buddy.
Jason Aldean told Country Music Television to go fuck themselves, and Luke Bryan, I think it was Luke Bryan that pulled his shit off Country CMT.
Yep.
In solidarity.
Somebody had a set of balls.
I mean, come on, man.
Queen doesn't have a set of balls.
What the hell is wrong with people?
So if Freddie Mercury was still alive and he wasn't stuck in balls and died,
would never stand for that for 1 second.
Yeah, you know what? He sucked balls when ball sucking wasn't popular. So you know he had a set of balls.
That's true.
Freddie Mercury was ahead of the curve.
It's true.
He was.
I did see an article today, and I didn't pull it up, and I wasn't going to play the song, but even if you're not a country fan, John Rich from Big and Rich put out a new album, but he's got a song on there called "I'm Offended," and oh my god, it is fantastic.
He was on. Did he play it on Fox and Friends this morning?
Yes.
I had to leave the house before he
Look
came on, so I didn't get to hear that.
Look it up. It's so perfect for the world that we're living in right now.
Well, you got that song, and then the song the North guys north of Richmond.
Yes,
and that guy's all over the place right now.
And that's
so
what they were talking about
killer.
him. I guess John Rich and him have been talking, and John Rich had said, "Do not get involved with a label. Do your own thing. You're going to make money. Just keep doing what you're doing."
Yep.
And he was told, John Rich was told back in the day, don't put your stuff on iTunes. Stay with the label. You're not going to make any money. Well, obviously he's doing very well for himself by doing the opposite of that. And he's telling this kid, do the same thing I did and just put your own stuff out. He said he's got like 25 or 30 songs that Oliver guy sent to him. And he said they're all really, really good.
I mean, why not do a grassroots type of thing like OnlyFans for musicians, where you can just say "fuck you" to the recording programs,
and just
the producers,
take
and
out
shit,
that middle
and
person.
yeah, fuck it, do self promotion, self producing. I mean, I know they rent studio time when they write a song or whatnot. They get everything together and they play it, and they can record it in a studio. You don't need a producer,
right?
And then get an OnlyFans like Only Music or something. I mean.
And when you get on a label, they tell you what they want to hear, what they want you to sing. Here's songs that aren't even yours, but we want you to sing them.
Yep. Sing what you want.
Exactly.
Aren't you the artist? You're in control.
I'm gonna pop back real quick just for the people that are listening that don't understand what Delzati sausage is. That's a big roll of meat.
Yeah, it is.
Sausage,
what a great photograph.
Peppers, onions. This is what we do at the festivals.
That's at the IHM festival. Yes.
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 But this is the best stuff. And if anybody wants any, get with us. We can get it to you.
Is that from this year?
That's from this year.
Yeah. Good picture. Great picture.
So just to put it in a little clarity into what we were speaking of.
You know, there was a time, and I'm not a grandpa, but there was a time though on that Delzati sausage. How long is that?
How long?
Yeah. How long is that roll?
It's 5 pounds. I don't know how long it is.
That's a pretty long roll, right? There was a bet. What was that last year?
You
that
get 20 sandwiches out of that roll.
Carol put that all the way down his throat, and it poked out his little butthole.
That did not happen.
No, for $100.
It did
not.
not.
Shit. We're not supposed to talk about that.
It did not happen. It did not happen, sir.
My bad.
It's a physical impossibility.
Never happened. I read about it on the internet. It wasn't on Facebook.
Physical impossibility.
Oh, bullshit. You know you can.
You know what did happen though?
What?
Have you heard about Kid Rock?
Yeah, drinking Bud Light again.
Spotted drinking a Bud Light over the weekend.
I love it. Welcome back to
is
the
that,
fold.
Is that? Are you upset about that?
That's a hard stance to take and then go back on it.
I don't know.
I saw the video and I don't give a shit.
The video of him drinking Bud Light, or
Yeah.
the video?
We
saw the video. We played the video of him.
Yeah, where he was shooting them all up.
Lighting up. Was that an AK-47 he was using? When he
shot
up
AR,
the
AR
was
is
an
American.
AR-15.
Yeah, American is AR.
But
I give you 1-1-24 before you are drinking Bud Light again. And why not give him a second chance, Dan? Baker Mayfield's getting a 6th.
1-1-24.
Baker Mayfield's getting his 6th.
January 1st.
So you're saying January 21st or January 1st?
Yeah.
Before then, I will be drinking a Bud Light.
Yes, sir.
Why are you saying that?
Because you
actually over the weekend, I discovered a beer that has just come out from Rheingeist called Cincy Light.
Oh, I heard about. Or is it Cincy Light or Cincy Lager?
It's Cincy Light Lager.
Light?
It's a light lager,
okay.
And
I saw the advertisement for it.
If you've had a Rheingeist beer, it's got that Rheingeist kind of feel to it.
It's Cincinnati based, by the way.
It is. It's a local Cincinnati brewery, but it is very drinkable, and I enjoyed several of them over the weekend. And I can see myself drinking Cincy Lights instead of Bud Light.
Did you look at the alcohol content? I mean, I know it's a light lager, but what was their alcohol content?
I think it was 43%.
Oh, bullshit.
Is that?
No.
Is that a little high?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's way high.
I don't know. I don't know what the
If
alcohol
it was
content
43, you might as well put a brown paper bag on it and quit working. And get a fucking styrofoam cup
Yeah.
to panhandle.
Yeah, it was 80 proof. It was 80 proof beer. I don't know.
Jesus.
I do not know what the alcohol content was.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's one of the. I don't think I've ever.
4.2. 4.2%.
I don't. Is that a lot? Is that
That's equivalent to a Miller Lite or.
Bud
it?
Light's
Okay.
4.3, I think.
Oh, there you go. You've got it dialed up on your computer, right?
I saw the advertisement for it. I was curious about it because I don't like many of their beers just because I'm not a craft beer guy. But
I'm not crazy about the design of their can.
I would figure
but the
out
beer
it's
is not
prices.
bad.
Christ, the design of their can.
I'm not crazy about it, but I don't know.
That is your sticking point, the design of the can.
it almost reminds me.
It did. The design of the can did not dissuade me from sampling
Might
and
be
enjoying that beverage.
there's a country song. There might be a little dust on the bottle. Don't let it fool you about what's inside,
It
baby.
almost reminded me of like the old Top Hat beer that my grandpa used to drink.
Bingo. I you know what? You're right. When I saw that design, it did strike a familiar chord.
That's because you're as old as his grandpa.
Old school shit beer. But
Oh, Top Hat.
but
I
do
stole
wanna
a
try- I do want to
six-pack.
try that. I do want to try.
I
that
stole
beer.
I stole a 6-pack of Top Hat once from a local convenience store that is no
What?
longer there.
What? You stole?
I shoplifted when I was a kid. I was under the age of 18.
You son of a bitch!
What?
I don't even think
Taking money from somebody's pocket.
It was a 6-pack of Top Hat. And I was almost moved after trying one. It was so disgusting. I was almost moved to take it and return the what was left to the store.
Here, I stole this, but have it back because it's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pay for the one.
I stole it from my grandfather,
It was nasty.
and they were gross.
I just want to.
That shit was terrible.
And they were the peel tabs. They weren't even like the pop tops. They were the peel tabs.
Oh, the old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones you stepped on in the fucking beach sand and shit. God bless. Or the grass at a party, barefoot.
Oh, they'll cut you.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they'll slide it worse than a paper cut.
Fetterman's back in the news. He must
Ooh.
have watched the
God's
podcast
sake.
because he wanted to look like Rob. He wanted to look like Rob a little bit, but instead he ended up looking like somebody else. You got that pic, Keith?
I do.
Didn't he say he lost a bet or something?
This is the best part, Dan.
You
And
ready?
that's why he looks like such a D-bag.
Throw the pic up, man.
It's up.
All right,
So
all right.
Fetterman says he lost a bet to Carl. That's the best part.
So Carl.
Via X, aka or formerly known as Twitter, he was compared to Breaking Bad's main character. I don't even know his name, but
Bryan Cranston.
but on there he goes, "I
I
lost
thought
a
it was
bet.
Heisenberg.
I lost a bet
that's
to
the
Carl.
character name.
Okay.
The actor's name is Bryan Cranston,
I lost a bet to Carl, Karl, which is his son who is 13."
and that's how Carl's name in Sling Blade is spelled
Oh
too.
God, yeah.
I just
Carl
found that
Childers
out.
in Sling Blade is
Not
Billy
them
Bob's
French-
character.
Not them French fried daters.
You cannot make that shit up after we compared him to Sling Blade Carl for months. And his son's name Carl. I didn't even know this shit show, but
we were ahead of the curve.
yeah, we were. That was uncanny, the resemblance between the two.
You say, so Rob sends me this picture, just an email for the podcast. So I'm like, I didn't even recognize who it was. I mean, obviously I knew who Bryan Cranston was. And I'm like, what is this? And then he explains it to me. You know, that idiot shaved his fucking goatee off.
he
And I'm
lost a
like,
bet to Carl.
like,
Mhm.
oh my God. And then he gives me more context. I'm like, holy shit.
It is fucking hilarious.
And the fact that his
Well-
kid's name's Carl.
It's fitting because Fetterman has the cognitive ability of someone who's been hooked on that shit that
Yeah.
that Mr. White was making during Breaking Bad.
I think Carl from Sling Blade.
Right? People use that shit. I mean, they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
I think Carl
Yeah.
Childers could have beaten Fetterman in an IQ test.
Factual.
Yeah, and then we need to put a mustache on Carl Childers' photograph right there, and I think we throw him up there with the others. It is.
Have a goddamn,
Oh my god!
have a spelling bee and just see how that goes.
It is sickeningly similar.
When you sent me, I'm like, what am I looking at? Who
Yeah.
is that guy?
It is unbelievable.
It doesn't even look like him without the goatee and the dumbass look.
You want to roll through history real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not much going on today, but we'll hit it. The War of the Roses ended. I think we already talked about that. Kissinger becomes Secretary of State today in 1973. For those of you just waking up or in a nursing home where Dan came from, it is August 22nd, 2023.
I did not come from a nursing home.
Okay. Keep saying that. That's what you keep telling the nurses, and that's why it's making it difficult to get you out all the time. Pretty much that's it. Who really gives a shit about the other stuff? Anybody into yachting? 1851, the first America's Cup was won by the American Yacht America. Wow. Original. Tomorrow is even better, though. This is my favorite.
What did a yacht look like in 1851?
Look for picture of the battleship. I have no fucking idea. You were around back then. What did you see going up and down the Ohio River?
I've never been on a yacht.
It's not a real yacht. It's like a racing yacht. I mean, they're sleek. They're.
I know, but what did a racing yacht look like in 1851?
I assume it was wooden.
A schooner.
Yeah.
I'd like to see an illustration.
It was like a canoe.
Here, hold on,
they didn't have fucking photographs back then, Dan.
I'll show you.
They had photographs when
they didn't have photographs in 1851.
Let me think about that.
I think most of them had to be still. Didn't they have the ball thing?
Well, there were illustrations.
It was a schooner.
People drew pictures.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Stand by.
While they're doing that, tomorrow is even more eventful. I just want to throw this one out for all those that love William Wallace.
William of Wallace.
August 23rd, 1305.
I go to defend Scotland.
On this day in London, 1305, tomorrow actually, William Wallace was executed.
This is the day he was disemboweled.
For treason, condemned for leading Scottish resistance forces during the first years of the long and ultimately successful struggle to free Scotland from English rule.
They fought like warrior poets.
Oh, God, yeah, they did.
The prisoner wishes to say a word.
Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Freedom.
There you go. William Wallace, man, that is
one of the greatest movies of all time.
Mel Gibson has been around for a long time.
Yes, he has.
1305 to today. He doesn't age.
Here is a rendering.
You know they didn't wear underwear underneath those kilts.
There's a rendering.
Did you know that, Dan?
Well, they were the original free ballers. So that's what a yacht looked like back in the...
It's a schooner, sir. It's a schooner.
Well, when did they start calling them yachts?
I don't know.
When they discovered why.
I don't know. I know very little about boating.
I don't know the difference between a yacht and a schooner. I'm
sailing.
just saying it said the schooner. This says the yacht. The other couple pages.
I know very
the
little
schooner,
about
America.
They added the last two letters to the alphabet in what, 1860? So we got Y and Z. We went from 24 to 26 letters.
No,
maybe that's when they did yacht.
I don't think.
You're sure you're not a coxman?
I don't think that's true.
Are you sure you're not a coxman?
You don't know anything about boating?
Because I definitely am not.
I don't know very much about boating. I don't know a lot about knots. I don't know a lot about sailing.
I know how to fall on a boat.
You know how to motorboat?
I figured that part out pretty good.
I've driven a boat before. Had fun on a boat. I just don't know much about, the whole high seas and all that kind of stuff.
I tell you, McDonald's has the best high C. It's carbonated.
So
if
dumb.
You're hungover as
so
fuck.
Dumb. God, I want to mute your mic.
How do you not know about high seas? I like the orange ones.
That's so dumb.
I'm talking about the high sea sailing on the open water.
Okay.
I mean, I've ridden jet ski out there before. Big fun.
In the open water, you took a jet ski out. Like how far
in the
out?
ocean, yeah.
How far out?
Pretty far out.
What's that? Easy 70s.
Till almost I couldn't see the shore anymore.
Why didn't you?
I said I got this thing for 45 minutes. I'm going that way as far as I can.
Don't you wish you only
kept looking, and it almost got to the point to where it was. I mean, I could still see, all the hotels and shit on the shoreline, but I was pretty far out there.
What is it? What do they say? Is 3 miles when the curvature starts kicking up and you can't see things?
I don't know what it is.
I think it's 3.
I have no idea.
But I was pretty far out there. It was fun. But I just don't know a whole lot about boating and yachts and sailing and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know what the difference is.
Do you know which side is port and which side is starboard?
Port is left. Starboard is right.
As you're facing the front of the boat,
correct. Yes.
Port is left.
Mm-hmm.
Starboard is right.
The stern is where...
I remember that because there's 4 letters in left and there's 4 letters in port.
And the stern is where you take dick, Dan.
Wait a minute.
It's in the rear.
Oh, that's a good one. I
Did
like that.
did you have to fucking count it
Yeah,
out? Really? You had to
LEFT,
fucking
PORT.
count that out?
Does
Dan?
he still do
God
this when he
damn.
gets to an intersection and has to turn?
Port, starboard.
Go left.
Starboard's got more than 4 letters. I
Yes,
can
it's
guarantee
sure,
that.
it sure as fuck does.
Holy shit.
I don't care what language. It still does.
Hey, Dan,
I just-
think of this. Bow and bow.
See, it's good.
Your bow is on the
I
front.
still have my mental acuity.
I like the fact that you literally fucking counted that out.
What's wrong with that?
On camera.
PORT. You got 4 letters.
LEFT. Oh, yep. It does match.
What? You never use your fingers?
No,
for anything?
I count with my fingers all the time. I'm
Well,
just
what's
saying,
wrong?
it's like you didn't believe me, though.
I believed you.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
count when I get above fucking 10.
That's a good way to remember that.
That's how everybody remembers it
That's
typically.
dumb fireman logic for me.
4 letters in left, 4 letters in port.
And just
That's great.
remember,
I
you
love that.
take it from your boyfriend in the stern. That'll give you the backside, Dan.
Bing, bang, and boom.
And then you got bow, which is bow, where you wear your bow tie.
The bow is the front, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You got to bow to Japan.
I actually don't know what constitutes a yacht, though. There is a length that constitutes a yacht, but I don't know what that number is.
Don't we have some avid boaters? Isn't there a Navy seaman?
Nor do I care.
See, that's all. That's all this mariner stuff. I mean, I don't know a lot about that.
Where's David J? Is he? He's a seaman, isn't he? Everybody started out as a seaman, but I think he still
You
is.
are so goddamn.
Cincy 513 yachts over 26 feet.
All right, I'll have to go with that.
There you go.
I mean, I could fact check it on the old computer, but I trust it.
I don't care, so I'm not looking it up. But nonetheless, thank you very much, Cincy 513. That was very nice of you.
Your beer should be cold.
Yeah, quit stealing keepers.
So is that? Are we done with this day in history?
Yeah, pretty much. That was a pretty quick cruise through.
It was.
That was not lengthy at all.
You normally bitch. I can keep.
I'm
going.
not. No, I don't bitch.
You normally bitch.
I don't know why you say that. I don't bitch. I just comment. I comment on this day, and I don't know why you have to take that.
It's because Rob is inherently angry, and he feels that this is almost like a counseling session 2 times a week. It almost feels like he's being attacked, even though he's not, because he's angry. So
Well, that's what I'm.
he has to- he has
There's
to
no
take it out.
reason.
he has to take it out.
There's no reason for you to take that as a negative just because I'm simply commenting on things that you're talking about.
I think you're just pissed because I'm on your port side. He's fucking thinking about it. Did you see him look straight ahead and start thinking what I was talking about?
I'm looking at
Yeah,
the, I'm
port,
looking at the screen,
port
just
and then
watching your
starboard right
face.
there.
I'm looking at the screen, just watching your face.
Oh my god. Oh shit. We had our fantasy draft Sunday. That was entertaining as shit. Not the usual banter that normally happens, but nonetheless, I was pretty happy with my draft, even though I'm ranked 11 out of 12 teams, and you're number 1, Keith.
That's correct. I don't trust it, but
We'll see what happens.
it is what it is.
Thank God.
How
College.
How long was that draft process on Sunday?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, it was quick. The best
Not
innovation.
super long.
We do
I
it in.
expected to see you back at the swim club there for a little while.
I hung here, and then
Yeah.
I ended up going back.
Did you?
All right.
Yeah, you were gone by the time I got
I
back.
know. I know. I was
And actually,
kept looking around for you to come back. I
actually,
didn't
we
know
almost essentially shut it down.
on Sunday night.
And Saturday night. I heard you didn't win, Dan. I heard Major Mike took over and fucking ran all over your ass.
All I know is that you weren't there.
That's because
That's
I
fair. That's a fair.
got a heads up that you were there, and I figured, fuck it, I've seen him enough.
I know you've succumbed to me before, so
Easy.
you
You're normally the one.
You didn't want it to happen again.
You're normally the one sucking, and I'm the one coming, man. When anybody's succumbing, motherfucker. And I want to play you heads up, you and I. That's it. No
You're all
distractions.
about challenges.
No distractions.
You never follow up on.
I'm here.
You're all about the challenges.
$100 buy-in.
Well, you're supposed
How
to.
about-
You're supposed to be in a MMA cage.
How about a $500 buy-in?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Ooh, I like it.
We'll get-
We'll live stream the shit out of that.
Oh fuck yeah, we will.
Oh, that'll be good.
I got a friend of mine that's a professional dealer. I'll get
And we're
her
getting
back.
ready to get another camera, so we'll have a camera on the table
Oh,
from afar,
little sneak peek.
and then we'll get one above watching the chips.
When we play golf, how much we're going to play?
And I'm going to live stream Dan's hand on my computer.
No,
Well,
That'd
what
be
if we did like a best 2 out of 3? So one is poker, one is golf, and what would the other one be?
you two in a cage.
Darts.
You two in a cage.
I like darts.
I'd kick your ass in darts, Dan.
Oh, for God's sake!
Jesus.
Let's go. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Where are we throwing darts though? My home course is Ethel's Tabernacle.
We will throw.
My buddy Joel's
we
got
will
a
throw
nice
in
setup.
Joel's basement because that shit is legit.
I got to
Yeah.
test it out first because I'm used to Ethel's. If it's not regulation, I
He
got
It's
to.
wrong. It's
He
regulation.
throws competitively, so
It's regulation.
I can attest.
Oh, I throw competitively at Ethel's for drinks.
What in
Oh,
Newtown?
A bar
Yeah.
that just got done having a dirt floor just a few years ago.
That's a nice place.
Yeah.
They got
I
a
love
great
Ethel's.
Bloody Mary bar.
See,
And it's called the
Will-
Tabernacle. So on Sundays, you
Cray-
can say you're going to
Will
church.
Cray, you are completely correct. Sounds like excuses.
Will Cray can kiss my ass.
You are absolutely correct. 100%.
All right, so-
100%, motherfuckers. Everybody drink.
So
Hey,
there's 100%.
BTW, didn't I bet Dan 102.50 and I won, and it took him 9 months to pay it? I want the
But
money
it got
up.
it got paid.
I want the money up on Dan though.
We can't bust his balls about that. We have to find something else. So we can't bust his balls about that when he paid it.
No, I'll put the
He
500.
paid it with extra, actually.
I'll put the 500 in cash up front. Best 2 out of 3. One is heads up poker. The other is heads up golf. The other is heads up darts.
I'm in.
You
All right.
literally just put this out on YouTube.
Does Paula
Yeah,
listen to this?
match play or stroke play and golf.
I thought we agreed match play on golf.
Just this way, it's stated for the record.
That is a big
counselor.
difference.
It's stated for the record, counselor. That's all we're.
No, I think we a couple month ago
I've been trying to figure out which would be best to my advantage, either match play or stroke play,
staying at home in rain.
because
Stroke.
he can take a huge number on any hole.
Stroke
But
play.
then again, so can I.
Yeah,
I
no
say
shit.
stroke. I say stroke play.
It'll speed it up. I mean, when you just give up on every fucking hole, it should go pretty quickly.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll
Oh
be
my
throwing
God, I
darts on the golf course like I will be in the basement.
Now, in most cases, when you got guys playing heads up, it's match play. Like Ryder Cup when they play
It's easy for you to say.
when they play heads up at the end of the match, it's match
Well,
play.
you two just make the decision and announce it.
That's
We're
what it
on
is.
YouTube.
That's what it is.
Match.
Heads up poker, match play, and darts. Sound good?
All right, that's a deal.
It's
Are
deal.
we doing them
Write it
all in
down.
one day, or are we going to do them
Somebody-
multiple days?
Well, we'll have to figure out days when we can
All right.
we can schedule the events.
So it is spoken. So it shall be done.
Get-
Oh my God, I can't wait for all the Instagram posts I'm going to be putting up.
Get your handwritten calendar, Dan. Let's write this shit down.
It's happening. It's on the internet. It's there forever. So we can always go back and find it.
It's got to be true.
To be completed before the end of the year.
Sounds good.
Darts. I mean, darts.
All right.
Honestly, darts can be done.
Darts can be
anytime.
done anytime.
Poker can.
Poker can be done anytime. But obviously, the golf before the weather turns to shit. I want good weather for both of you.
I would like to find a pleasant fall afternoon
I'm gonna be the
when we can go to the golf.
I'm gonna be the
course.
moderator for
Not a
all
lot-
3 of these.
and not a lot of people out there. Oh,
Yeah,
18.
18
holes. No doubt.
I'll be the dealer for poker. I will be the moderator in golf.
I mean,
I can't wait for this. Holy shit.
we'll dial up the dates.
Anybody, the 10 people that I see that are watching this live right now, you guys are in for a treat. I'm pulling a line from Uncle Laser. What a treat.
I'm going to be
What a
pulling.
treat.
I'm going to pull the bow of my fucking yacht up on Dan's stern.
No, you won't.
in all 3 of those competitions.
No, you won't.
Sure will.
Maybe 1, maybe 2. I don't know. This is a tough
Maybe
one.
one.
It's a tough one for me.
It'll look like a dry
figure
dock
out-
at first.
Poker is that's the luck of the cards.
There's a little luck involved there. I
So,
agree.
that one is anyone's game. The way you played at the Scramble, Rob's got some work to do.
Yeah.
But I have also played with Rob where Rob played like you played. So that's very
It depends who shows
Iffy.
up that day.
it's very iffy. I can't wait for this shit. Holy fuck. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it tonight.
Oh,
Let's go.
I'm not doing it
Let's
tonight.
go.
so you forfeited.
We got
We got forfeited anything.
we got
scheduled anything.
we got daylight 95-degree temperatures out. I mean, why not?
Daylight savings is not until October, so we got time. I think it gets 7:30 before it starts. Before we switch back. That maybe.
We'll have some time.
Yeah, we got time.
No, this is good.
So the fantasy draft on Sunday, and then I read this
What would
article.
really be good is if we went to a golf course that neither one of us has played before.
I'll pick the course. I pick the course.
You've played a lot of them.
I picked the course.
Well, there's some that I haven't played.
Okay.
We'd have to travel a little distance.
I picked the course.
Wouldn't be anything around here.
I think I already have it in my head.
Sounds.
I
Great.
get to pick the course,
Sounds good.
and neither one of these two idiots will know which one it is.
Do we get voir dire on that?
No,
Can we veto
No.
say like 3 of them out of hand?
you get one. Each one of you get a
One
get a veto.
veto. All right.
One veto.
One
Okay.
challenge. One challenge. Each.
One is that called a preemptory challenge?
Yeah, peremptory.
Okay.
You put down 3 in a hat, pull it. One of us can veto it. If neither one do, then that's so it is spoken.
I'm not paying for your golf though. You two are paying for your golf. I'll pay for my cart to fucking drive around and video this bullshit.
Well, the beauty is with the golf. I mean, so what? I'm gonna
Or
net.
if my ribs are healed,
I'm gonna
Jeff
net.
and I will play with you.
I'm gonna net 420 profit from paying for my golf. Because Dan's gonna be paying me 500, so I'll take home 420 that day. That's gonna
Last
be
known
awesome.
present, an
the
early birthday gift for
mon-
me.
The money
I like
probably
it.
should go to the Varner Foundation,
I think it should.
not in your pocket.
I think it should.
Hmm.
And as the moderator, so it is spoken, so it shall
we
be
got
done.
one other rule to work out here.
Oh, do we?
We'll figure that one back.
These are this is the attorney coming out.
Yeah, one more rule. We'll figure that one out in due time. Stay tuned, then we'll put that one up there too. But Baker Mayfield.
Maybe do it the same
Oh,
day you
that
get your
pizza.
Brazilian.
I know we need
Then he would-
we need our listeners to
Then he would have a built-in
get our
excuse.
subscribers up.
He's like, "Oh my god, I was in pain because
Might actually light a fire under my ass in more ways than one.
I got Brazilianized." What's the term for that when you get a Brazilian?
It's called getting a
I
Brazilian.
got a Brazilian. I
I got a Brazilian.
I got brazzed. I got what do you say? What do you know?
David J said it should go to one more and I'm out of here legal fee pot.
Jesus. Baker Mayfield named starter of Tampa Bay. That would be what, his 4th team in 3 years? And that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna pick
Who did he play for last year?
Rams.
Rams,
The Rams?
then Carolina,
Yeah, it was Rams,
Browns.
Carolina before that, and then the Browns. And now he's with Tampa Bay.
Sadly, they've got Kyle Trask, and granted, I'm jaded because I'm a Florida fan, but nonetheless, Trask 2 years ago came in, drafted
Was that
second.
quarterback for the Rams
second
get
round?
hurt?
I don't know.
The guy who came
No,
from
Stafford.
Detroit.
Stafford, he's still there.
Well, why did Baker Mayfield?
No,
Baker
Baker Mayfield left Los Angeles when Brady retired. Tampa Bay offered him a contract, a 1 year. I think it was a 1 year, $6 million. If
Yeah.
I'm not
1 year, 6.
1 year, $6 million contract.
So Baker Mayfield's the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It was
Correct.
close, yeah.
All right.
For 3 weeks.
Holy cow! We are blessed with the presence of another. Well, the same His Excellency that was there Saturday. Josh Girth is in the house.
Where is he?
He's in the chats.
Oh, listening?
Oh shit, he knows how to read.
Apparently so.
Baker Mayfield sucks.
How come he didn't come up and join us on stage?
Thanks for
at
tuning
the,
in, Josh.
at the Hock of Ages.
He was aloof. He was there.
He was.
Even though he was in a bright green shirt.
He came in,
I lost him.
flipped us off, and then sort of disappeared into the crowd.
You did actually. So.
I lost him.
Yeah, I thought we were friends, Josh. I mean,
You have Kyle Trask, you draft 2nd round 2 years ago. Backs up Brady last year's final season. Learns a lot of shit. I'm assuming good things. Then you bring in Baker Mayfield, who has been with 4 teams in 3 years, who is a distraction from his pro career because of all the sponsorship bullshit he's doing. I hope Trask does not mentor or get mentored by Brady or Baker Mayfield. Sorry. I see Trask starting week 3 or week 4 of Tampa Bay.
I don't think that that's completely wrong. I'm not a. We were talking earlier. I'm not a Mayfield fan. I don't have a huge issue. I just don't think he's a great quarterback. I think Trask. I think you give the young guy the chance.
Yeah.
When the GOAT retires, you should pass that torch to a younger guy who was under him, and learning some things from him in a short time. But then you bring Mayfield in, who could completely tarnish all of it.
I
don't know. We'll see.
I don't know what the upside is on Trask. I mean, if that's your 2nd round pick and you gave him a shit ton of money, and you let him sit behind Brady for a year. I don't get it. I mean, he did well. He did what, 217 last preseason game, 217 yards passing, a touchdown. I'm looking at Baker Mayfield's stats from last year. He was with the Rams.
Didn't we do a fantasy football edition of the One More Amount Here podcast last year?
We did.
Yeah.
We're going to do that again this
With
year?
one Rob Crumb run.
4 passing TDs and 2 interceptions. That's a hell of a.
We're going to dial that up again this year?
We could. So
All
I
right.
get schedules.
We already did our draft.
I know.
You can still do a preseason.
We can.
But it's always good to talk a little football.
We could do a
But see, I don't know all the ins. This is why I don't do the fantasy.
Fuck, neither
football.
do I, Dan.
the bookies
don't either.
corner. We do the bookies corner.
Then what criteria do you use to when you make your draft picks?
I mean, I watch Sports Center and I figure out, all right, so who's traded to who first and foremost.
See, I don't even go that far.
All the
into
off-season transactions. I mean, you got to know who's going where, who's backing up who.
See what you said right there is already, for me anyway, covers a whole lot of time that I don't want to put into it.
Well, and that's a choice. That's why you don't get into fantasy.
That's
draft.
why I'm not in it.
I used to be in like
I don't even think I'm going to
I
do
used
that.
to be
thing.
in like 5 of them, but
I don't even think I'm going to do that thing anymore where you pick the teams.
you should.
I don't think I'm going to do it.
You should. It's easy. All you're doing is picking a winner.
Yeah, but I forgot like 4 or 5 times last
Set
year
a
to get my
goddamn
picks in
alarm
by
on that-
Thursday.
on that thing you're holding right now. There's alarms that you can set. It's neat.
Does your wife tell you when to breathe?
You know, Josh Gurr said the podcast adds 6 pounds, or in Herking's case, inches.
Oh shit! Is my fly down,
He would-
Josh?
He would love
My bad. I mean, it's normally 12.
he would love to have 6.5 inches.
Jesus.
He would absolutely love that. It would change his world.
That was nicely played. And I already know I'm fat, Josh, so it's fine. I'm not super concerned about it. I'm not doing a lot about it either, so it's fine. I'm getting through life just fine.
I am so excited though. College football starts Saturday. The book lines are open.
It starts this Saturday.
Yeah,
Jesus
2:30.
Christ.
2:30. Navy.
God,
Notre
this year
Dame.
is fucking flying
The summer,
by, man.
the summer has gone
It's unbelievable.
in the blink of an eye. But yes, football is back. I'm super excited.
I'm fucking thrilled. I am.
Well, I know high school football started last week, so I guess it's time.
And and here, you know, school started in Forest Hills Thursday,
yeah,
and then they had, you know, obviously
one day of school and boom, you got a football game
and
the
then
next
football.
day.
Yeah, it was like, holy shit,
I love it.
here we are.
Get the football dialed up. Let's sling some cash. Let's see what's going on.
I want to bring up Dan's president real
No.
quick, and the fact that idiot cannot and will not read a room, and that's what the headline was. Oh wait, that's yours. We'll do yours first.
You want to do mine
We'll
first?
do yours first because that's the one I pulled.
Well,
up.
Joe Biden is just an absolute disgrace. The media makes no reference or doesn't bring to the attention of the American people at all that ever since the wildfires happened in Hawaii that destroyed the town of Lahaina, Joe Biden has been on 2 vacations since then. And he's in the middle of one vacation, gets on Air Force One, flies to Hawaii, is on the ground for a few hours, and then flies back to be on vacation. And while he's there, he starts talking about, he remembers about when he got the phone call that his wife and kid had been killed by a drunk driver in an accident. A terrible experience, a horrible life-changing experience for anyone. But why do you go and speak to these people when they are in the depths of the worst thing that ever happened to them, and then start talking about bad things that happened to you? And then he has the nerve to talk about, well, my house caught fire once. And he talks about, they make it sound as if their home burned to the ground, which it did not. It was a small kitchen fire that was extinguished in less than 20 minutes. And he tells a story about how he was lightning struck and I almost lost my Corvette, and almost lost my cat. And he's telling these stories,
And all those
and
files.
the looks of the people who are standing behind him are just looking at this guy like their face is twisted in disbelief that this guy is going on like this. And then there's a memorial service that he speaks at, and then he has a seat at the table. And Jason, go ahead and run that video. And you.
We are a community that relies on family.
Joe Biden fall asleep during this memorial service for these people who lost their lives. I mean, and look at him. Look at him.
My daughter's home.
This is the president of the United States.
I want to go back to
This guy is an absolute disgrace. And when those bodies came off from Afghanistan, when he had the failed withdrawal of Afghanistan, those bodies came off. And what did he do when he was at that dignified transfer ceremony at Andrews Air Force Base? He stood there and looked at his watch as if, man, I really have something better to do.
So
maybe it's ice cream time.
Let me give you my.
You decide for yourself. Did the guy fall asleep?
My synopsis and looking at it, and that's why I wanted to play it again. Was okay if he's bowing his head in this memorial service and closing his eyes and praying, but the way I was watching his breathing.
Nobody else is.
Yes.
I was watching his breathing pattern.
You know what people look like when they're sleeping.
And it did look like he was sleeping.
You're a fucking paramedic.
And then all of a sudden he's like, oh shit. Oh, all right, here I am. I mean, I can't say that
nobody saw that.
He
Nobody
for certain
saw
fell asleep. It sure as hell looked like it to me. Now, it wasn't a long period because if we get to trying to find a spot because I saw it.
On Ohana, whether by
looks like his eyes are open here, right? And he's
but like many others,
acknowledging.
My son's home.
Sometimes your eyes are open when you're dead.
Well, and that's very true. But there was this sudden
my
home. I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah.
It was.
He fell asleep.
Looking at it at first view,
he fell asleep.
No, I don't completely disagree with you. But I was watching.
That's my take.
That's why I was trying to watch his breathing pattern. I could see his breathing pattern, and
why don't they
He doesn't know where he is most of the time anyway. But
you know those remote controlled.
David J says, as a professional sleeper, he can confirm. Biden was not.
Yeah. You know those sex toys you can get for your significant other, and they put them inside their body, and you got a remote control that kind of it. Jill needs to get that for him, or a handler, and just sit over. Oh shit, he's going. Good to go.
Well, it's like what happened with McConnell when he had his little mini stroke or whatever it was. That person came over and touched him, and all of a sudden he was like, "Ugh.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
where am I?"
Yeah, but still he was out of it. He was completely out of it.
And this is the problem. This is the problem when you have these politicians that are running the country that have been in there so long, are that old, and granted. They say, they put them through these medical physicals and all this, and they're able-bodied to do it. And everybody, was busting Trump's balls, with his physical.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't know where the fuck he is most of the time. I'm pulling up this other.
I hearken back to the Easter Bunny controlling him at the Easter egg hunt on the front lawn his first year.
Correct.
I mean, that is pretty fucking sad, and that is foretelling what's going to come. And now we just have dead Biden.
But there were 13 members of the American military. Oh, here we go. This is the
I am Joe Biden.
You guys catch the boots out here? That's some hot ground, man.
It's hot ground, man. You fucking moron. Yeah, there was a wildfire in Hawaii.
The only problem with that video is that it doesn't go all the way down to where you can see the shot of the dog is actually wearing boots.
Yeah, all the canines, all those canines have little booties on.
Right, because they're cadaver dogs.
And they're
Right.
they're going through nails,
Yeah,
whatever.
all that
And the hot ground. I mean,
debris,
I'm not
yeah.
saying the ground's not hot, but dude, like, why do you say that? Be like, hey, I'm glad
he's
we're
a disgrace.
I'm glad we're protecting these heroes that are going in and sniffing out and
He's
trying
a
to find
disgrace as a
these
human
bodies.
being.
Yeah,
he has
he's
no
more
business being president of the United States. Absolutely none.
Completely agreed.
But when the 13 service members died in Afghanistan, mostly because of his failures as president and the withdrawal from there, he went and spoke to those families of those fallen service members. And he told them that his son died in Iraq, which is not true. And that would be Beau Biden. Beau Biden died in a hospital of cancer. But he gets confused and tells now he served in Iraq, but he didn't die in Iraq. But he goes there and tells these phony baloney stories.
Well, again, we brought it up,
and everybody knows they're not true.
Him watching that bridge collapse in Pittsburgh,
never happened.
That he never watched.
It was Beau was the one who Hunter fucked Beau's wife.
Yes, I believe that's true.
Okay.
God, what a fucking Thanksgiving dinner that is.
Yeah, no shit.
Before we do dial out, I am going to go ahead and play that I'm Offended song just because we'll talk through part of it.
You're going to play it.
I know. I'm sure you are.
I know.
Just for the record.
We got to play that song, the Northmen North of Richmond, too.
No, we don't.
That's a good song.
No, we don't have to play songs.
I'm just saying it's a good song.
You play songs all the time.
Brief ones is not.
Play songs all the time.
Easy. This is not Yodo. Just fucking settle.
I know. I'm the one that has to yell at you. What are you doing? Stop that.
Well, I don't want to play songs.
Well, I do.
I don't care.
Was it Wedding Singer? I have the microphone, and you'll listen to every goddamn thing I have to say.
All right. What's this guy's name again? Rich?
John Rich.
John Rich. All right.
All right, we got it. We ready?
We're going to roll that
beautiful bean footage. We're not playing Dan's song, though. It's too many songs.
Warning. Some people may find the following video to be offensive. Viewer discretion advised.
I don't care if you like country or not.
It seems like these days, no matter what you say, someone's losing their ever-loving mind. It's like they're looking for a reason to have their fragile feelings hurt every single time. My country truck, I gas it up. You got your fancy Tesla hooked up to a plug. I know you're mad, you think I'm bad, 'cause I'm breathing free at last and you're still stuck behind your mask and I'm offended. You're offended, let's all get offended tonight. I'll order us a beer, we can sit down right here and scream and yell and cuss and fuss and fight.
You can go listen to the rest of it, but
that is great.
Every verse is
great.
So fucking true in the world that we're living in right now. And he's doing, I mean, John Rich has a shit ton of money, so he still likes to write music, but also he's writing the shit that he wants to, and obviously playing to where we are as a country.
Well, he's not concerned about what other people think about him,
right?
And like, fuck, what's the comedian? God, the comedian.
There's a bunch of them.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh shit. Who was the guy that was jerking off in front of the girl?
No,
not that one. Because he didn't care.
Not Louis C.K.
No, not CK, man. He didn't care.
Louis Anderson did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm throwing comedians out, trying to jog your memory, Dan. Real quick.
No, Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's like Dave Chappelle. He said they can't cancel me because I don't care what they think.
Yeah, fuck them all.
And this is
the difference with that though. And I love Chappelle, and I've gone up to Yellow Springs and done the Chappelle night in the cornfield. Very expensive, but very well worth it. But that was during COVID, and it was very mask heavy. You had to have a mask. You had to all these things. He has his beliefs on that, but he also, to Dan's point, has I don't care if you don't like me. I mean, all the shit he did on his show Ashy Larry, fucking
Oh, Jesus. Clayton Bigby.
Clayton Bigsby.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he just doesn't give a shit.
No.
And I do like that.
And
So I agree with you.
But I remember
but
watching.
he does hold true to certain things. So when you are going to come see him, you are going to abide by his rules. If you don't want to abide by the rules, then don't come.
that's
But I
exactly right.
remember watching the special that he got in trouble for, and we got to the end, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, did I fall asleep? Did I miss the part where
Probably.
where the controversy came in? Because I watched the whole thing, and
Right.
and really it wasn't.
Nobody knew where it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for those like John Rich says who are ultra sensitive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They have those who have their fragile feelings and hurt every single time.
thank you for joining us on a beautiful Tuesday evening where this week in Cincinnati you're getting a taste of what it's going to be like to be in hell with me when I pass away.
I'm
is
offended.
hot as
You're
shit.
offended. Let's all get offended tonight.
I'm offended, Dan.
Order us a beer. We can sit down here and scream and yell and cuss and fuss and fight.
I'm offended that you won't answer the question, do you manscape?